Going Overboard, a review by CariCature. I got no idea. I think this is an Adam Sandler movie. Nowadays, we're also watching reviews of movies. Anyways, we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this. Supposedly a bad movie. Supposedly a bad movie. As far as I've heard. So we're gonna look at this. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I'll appreciate it. But yeah, we'll go in. We'll go in. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, I got no idea. But we'll see. Anyways, we'll go in.
Hey guys! So I broke my femur 3 weeks ago. It was sucky. I was walking up an icy driveway and just smashed my leg. And I'm gonna be
Purple colored hair. We have a video for that later on, just so you know.
On my ass for like 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe. So I've kind of made it like my life's work to watch every single Adam Sandler movie ever made.
Why would you do that? Like, sure, the modern movies, okay, right? He can't even act in serious settings, right? He can't do serious movies, right? But still, it's just like, why would you, especially the older ones, why would you do that?
The first movie he ever made is called Going Overboard, which was made in 1989, and it was supposed to be called Babes Ahoy, and it had a budget of about $200,000.
Babes Ahoy? I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like a Corn movie that takes place on a boat. That's all I'm gonna say. This sounds like a Corn movie that takes place on a boat. It just does.
$1,000. The movie has an 11% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 1.8 on IMDb, but nobody.
Yeah, I think we're in for a fun time, aren't we?
His first movie is ever going to be their best movie. So it opens with this general guy and he's looking through porn and then he pops in the movie.
It is Corn. It is Corn. That's why it was called this way. It sounds like a Corn movie.
And it's the movie we're currently watching. So
I know this guy. I feel like I know this guy.
That's just kind of the opening scene. And then it goes on with this grotesque version of Adam Sandler staring into the camera, doing weird, quirky things for like way too long. And then there's these beauty pageant queens, and they're all talking about how unfuckable Adam Sandler's character is.
Shecky Moskowitz.
Shecky's very ugly. When I speak to him, I want to vomit.
Hey, I kind of know this. Seems like a real life version, like a movie version of me. Hold up, wait a minute. Did I star in this movie? That can't be true.
I was in the elevator with him the other day, and there was a foul smell.
His character's name is Shecky Moskowitz. And they're just all talking about how they don't want him, like, near them. They don't want him to, like, touch them. That he's just, like, the most unfuckable man they've ever seen.
But I wouldn't want him to touch me.
So then in comes Adam Sandler, and he basically just looks directly into the camera and says, like, hey, this movie is super low budget, and we kind of don't know what the hell we're doing, but, like, hope you enjoy it.
Hey, how are ya? Well, what you're about to see is a fictitious, loosely thrown together story about a sea cruise waiter, me, right here, who dreams of becoming a stand-up comedian.
Is that just like the fourth wall break? It literally just is that guy's in the Rocky series. I have no idea how he is in this. Good question. Well, how you fall. Interesting. That's gonna be, oh god, this has a certain style to it.
Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you. This is a budget flick, not a low budget flick. No budget. Just like this would be an earthquake right here. See, that didn't cost us anything right there. Now enjoy the flick. I'll see you later.
And then he does this, like, Adam Sandler-y, like, run up the stairs for, like, a whole minute and a half. And the plot of the movie is that he's a waiter on a cruise ship, he hates his job.
Wow, that movie is kinda ass, I must admit. That is very ass. Wow, okay.
his customers or whoever, like the people he's waiting on, treat him like shit. And then there's this other guy named Dickie Diamond who's supposed to be like his rival, and he's this obnoxious stand-up comedian, and Adam Sandler wants to be the stand-up comedian. Well, Shecky Moskowitz, but he wants to be the stand-up comedian, and he fucking hates this guy, Dickie Diamond, because he's so obnoxious, and he's not even like that funny. He just kind of does this like annoying laugh through most of the film, and then people just kind of burst out laughing. I mean, like, I would get why you would hate him.
I shoved it in his eye. Hey, said there's fucking chest eye for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying?
Aggressions. So the earthquake was in his head, or no? It's just like he literally said like pretty bad, low budget. That's it. That's it. Fourth wall break.
But like Adam Sandler doesn't just hate this guy in the movie, he wants him
This felt like looking at the Pokemon clip. I have thoughts. This makes me mentally unwell.
to die. Like he has fantasies about killing him more than one time, or at least beating him up. And like despite all the fourth wall breaking and everything else, there's a lot of like Scrubs moments. Adam Sandler has like a fantasy that he's shooting this guy Dickie Diamond in the face with like a gun because he's like
he might actually be like me. It isn't low budget, but it's low effort. It's like he said like no budget actually in the fourth wall break. I have that too occasionally, so I can at least I can empathize with the character here very much. It's relatable. It's relatable. I get it. I would of course never advocate for violence against people. Of course not. Not me.
heckling some hot girl in the
You know, I'm a pacifist.
audience or something, and Adam Sandler's like, oh, like I'll pull out a gun and like shoot him.
All I'm saying is, why don't you just lay off the girl?
Lay the girl, that's a sick thing, man. That's a sick thing. Right in front of all these people to lay the girl, that's really a sick thing.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna have to shoot you.
This movie is really all over the place. Like, they don't stop. Like, it just keeps coming. It's either fourth wall breaking or the general talking about God knows what and, like, getting mad about something, or it's, like, somebody else doing something. It never stops. It's like a headache.
Again, it's very relatable. It's very relatable. Adam looks still young nowadays. Man don't age. It's like the same with like, I look like Morgan Freeman back then. I look at Morgan Freeman now and I'm like, besides the gray hair, my man did not age. Same as with Samuel Jackson. Of course, those are black guys, and I feel like black guys don't age. Kinda. Or they rapidly age towards like quite when they're quite old. Say with like Asians.
To watch it. And then randomly in the middle of the first 17 minutes, there's this guy who looks like kind of like a meth head rock star type guy. And Adam Sandler looks at the camera and basically says, this scene doesn't really mean anything and it has like nowhere to go. And then that character in the movie wasn't important or relevant at all, but then goes kind of back on it because the characters in the movie for the rest of the movie way up until the end.
You see, these guys have nothing to do with this flick, but we threw them in just for a little.
Another fourth wall break. You can't overdo them. You can't overdo them. That is one of them.
Variety, whatever that means. They help you guys.
Like, this character doesn't matter, but he's in, like, the rest of the movie, like, the whole hour and 45 long minutes of this movie. But then he sees Dickie Diamond perform. He's, like, the most obnoxious person you can imagine, and, like, just kind of super... Like, they made him as unlikable as possible. Like, if this person was, like, in your friend group, you'd probably, like, never invite them to anything. That's, like, how bad they make him. He's just always farting. He's always bragging about these fake stories about all the hot girls he's fucked and things like that. Just a person you don't want to be around. And then it just cuts to, like, way later, where Adam Sandler's at a bar, and he's drinking milk, because everyone else is...
Understandable. Milk is good, I see no problem. Milk is peak. What are you on about? Do you not always... I always sometimes... I oftentimes just crave a glass of milk. I see no issue.
drinking beer and like getting drunk or drinking mixed drinks, but like he's like, you know, sweet little angel boy Adam Sandler, and he's having a glass of milk while everyone's drinking. And if you notice, the bartender is Alan Covert, who's the star of Grandma's Boy, which is like a Happy Madison production. And Alan Covert's in a lot of Adam Sandler's movies, and you can just kind of tell that they've been kind of like this since the very beginning. Because I was kind of looking for like any of the Adam Sandler crew, or like, you know, like kind of like all those kind of like original people that you...
Look, no wonder this movie is so bad. It was made by a woman. Well, unfortunately, I have noticed that women do not beat the unfunny allegations. I don't know why. Like, there are funny women, but they're far and few in between. Maybe the reason is because women don't have to be funny to get men, because that's men's jobs, and that's the reason why they're not funny, because they never had to train that skill. It's like being romantic. They can't do that either.
You see in every single one of his movies, but it's kind of hard to find that because most of those friends are the friends he got on SNL, not in his first movie. But Alan Covert has been there since day one with him. So while Adam Sandler's sitting at the bar enjoying his nice glass of milk, the other stand-up comedian, Dickie Diamond, that he fucking hates his guts, comes in and sits down next to him, and Adam Sandler's like, oh, like, you know, maybe you'll, like, let me, like, open for you one of these days, or maybe you'll, you know, I don't know, like, maybe, like, you'll just, like, let me open up for one of your shows. And he's actually being super sweet about it and trying to, like, just kind of ask him kind of like a favor that he already feels, like, uncomfortable doing. And this Dickie Diamond guy just shits all over him. Like, he's super mean. He just basically tells him, like, get away from me. Like, what do you want? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just not being nice to Adam Sandler and whatsoever. You just kind of feel bad for him.
All I'm asking for is maybe I could go up one night, you know? You're just go up and open it for you. It's not a big deal.
Listen, kid, I don't care. I don't care what you're saying. You get that? I don't care. I don't give a flying
I'm gonna say this. This hairstyle does not look good on Adam Sandler. I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's just a low quality. But, hi Landon, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hello. But this hairstyle just does not suit him. I'm gonna be so for real. It really doesn't. Also, I think that he has curly hair. It kind of just does. It looks off. It looks off. Hello. It's just the truth. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. You just have to train that skill more, I guess. That's a clear skill issue. I'm not saying women can't be funny or romantic. I'm just saying that you lack the ability, or not the ability, but you lack the training, the skill. All of them get infected by Deadpool. But interesting. I would hopefully never be a slave to Deadpool. I'm good.
fuck of what you're saying. All right?
But then Adam Sandler walks out onto the deck to see kind of like what's going on because they're all having a party and everybody's getting laid besides Adam Sandler. Like every single person on the boat besides him is just making out with somebody. And it's just, and like he's...
Even women with each other, and bro's just looking flabbergasted. Yeah. I get it though. I get it. I feel his pain.
Sits there for like a long time and he's just like, I'm too depressed to go to bed. And Adam Sandler looks at the camera and says,
I wonder where I'll be in life in like 10 years.
yeah, I wonder where he'll be in 10 years after 1989 to 1999, literally the height of his career.
True, very true.
Then Adam Sandler decides he's just gonna go to bed, he's just gonna call it a night, and then he has a nightmare that this Dickie Diamond guy is torturing him in a padded cell while there's like a hot woman holding a drum.
Whoever wrote this movie was incredibly high, and whatever they had, I wanted to. All for myself, by the way. I wanted to just like hit me up on Twitter, tell me where you have that stuff from. I wanted to.
And he's just like torturing him, and like then there's like this creepy animation where like the guy like rips off his face, and it comes out.
That's so random. That's just so random. That is very random. That is very random. Reynolds and Adam Sandler team up movie would be sick. I feel like Adam Sandler's currently in his like serious movie arc. I don't know why, but it's interesting.
Out of completely left field and out of nowhere, but I guess it's like a dream, so I guess it could happen. But then Adam Sandler and him are all of a sudden in the dream sequence, they're in like a boxing match where they're like making fun of each other and beating each other up. And it's really kind of hard to watch because the jokes aren't really that funny. And like the way Dickie Diamond talks, Adam Sandler starts mimicking it while they're boxing. So it's just like almost like hearing the both of them kind of make the same horrible, terrible jokes.
I'm seeing why this has a 1.8 or 11%. I get it. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. That's the dude from Happy Gilmore. Yeah, obviously. What the heck? How do you not? What the?
The same inflection for a really long time.
Look at you. You got more teeth than a fucking saw. What is that black hat on there to show respect to your dead brain?
So 38 minutes into the movie, we're introduced to the antagonist. We were introduced to him kind of like
interesting. Adam Sandler had a pretty solid body. But I feel like that goes for most men back in the day.
at the beginning of the movie, but he was more like a guy just kind of like chilling behind a desk. And he wants to kill Miss Australia, who is actually played by Valerie Bremen, the director of the movie, because she said,
well, you can't have anything. She's pretty, but she's pretty, but well, she has the looks, but she clearly doesn't have the directing skills to do so, to do what she did. But yeah, interesting.
that he smells like old pizza. That's the joke. He's going way overboard. He wants her dead in the ground and buried because she said that he smells bad. And then he sends these two guys over to the cruise ship where she's on so that they can like take her hostage, kill her, whatever.
That woman there. That woman on the TV there.
That woman on the TV. I want her killed. Her name is Miss Australia. She said I smelled like pizza.
The two pirate guys who are gonna go kill Miss Australia, they don't have names. They're named in the credits as terrorist with a mustache and
She hasn't made shit since this movie. I understand. Okay, terrorist with a mustache and
terrorist with no shirt on.
Terrorist with no shirt on. Wait, they didn't even get their names? They didn't even get credit? Hopefully they did get credit.
And that's their names. They don't have names. So then about 5 minutes later, Dickie Diamond starts getting seasick and he runs into like Mrs. Australia, who's his girlfriend, and basically just kind of says like, listen, I'm not feeling too good. Like I'm gonna go like lay down for a minute or whatever. But then his hat falls off the side of the boat and then he goes and he gets locked in a bathroom and everybody's like, oh my God, he's dead. So Adam Sandler kind of takes this as his opportunity to become the next stand-up comedian of this cruise ship for some reason, because that's his big break, is being a stand-up comedian on this cruise ship. Besides all that, Billy Zane comes on the ship and he's dressed as King Neptune and is like, oh, like seize your opportunity.
Yeah, that is, this movie's all over the place. This movie's all over the place. And it's not the budget's fault, for sure. That's for sure.
Everybody thinks that he's dead.
I'm King Neptune, god of the sea. Take the job as ship comedian these people need.
Then Adam Sandler finally gets to do like his very first ever stand-up show, and he's
I feel like that's like him still, but he's just like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. So I'll disappear.
Heckled in the audience by another like just person before they got super famous, Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton is like the heckler in the audience, and Adam Sandler's just kind of like bombing hard. His jokes aren't landing. Everybody's saying that like they want Dickie, they miss Dickie, and then he just kind of gets booed off stage and like feels like shit.
Listen, butthole, why don't you quit trying to be funny because all you're doing is pissing me off.
We want Dickie! We want Dickie! We want Dickie!
I stink at this. I'm not funny.
And then Adam Sandler goes to
It's just over, Poker. That's the guy that played the villain in Titanic. Well, was he really a villain? Was he really? Or was he just a man betrayed by his future wife? Was he really a villain? Or was he just angry that the woman promised to him, fuck the random nobody? Really? Was he so wrong? Was he so wrong? Was his crash out truly wrong?
Bad, and there's this music scene that I think he is the singer of the song. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he's singing in this dream sequence where he's walking on a beach with his shirt off and like hot women are just kind of all over him, and then his friend is dressed up like his mom and talking to him like his mom, and it's supposed to be funny, but instead it's just like, please, like, make
weird. Wait, his friend is dressed up like his mom. That's very weird.
this stop. So terrorist without a shirt and terrorist with a mustache are in a boat in a very dragged out scene coming to kill Miss Australia, I guess. And that's only 2 minutes. It was only 2 minutes of the movie. So why did it feel like forever? This movie has that effect. I get it has a really long runtime of 1 hour and 45 minutes, especially for a comedy movie. But the way this movie feels like you've been watching it for 2 years of your life. So Adam Sandler goes to bed and he has this dream sequence with Milton Berle, who's actually a famous stand-up comedian, and sits down with him at like a restaurant, and basically Milton Berle explains, you're trying to tell all these complicated, too long of a story jokes. He's like, you need to make fun of like women's physical appearance because you're
Diabolical. Yes, it was. Jack is clearly better. No, it wasn't. It was fully understandable. Also, who's dead? Who's dead? Who drowned? You know, who drowned? Who's better? Who's alive? Who's dead? You know? Nah, the villain was better.
Entertaining women. And it just kind of gives him like a bunch of jokes to actually say while he's doing stand-up.
Write these gags down, Shecky. I think all those beautiful queens will identify with them. Last week I dated a girl that had everything a man would want. Mustache, hair under the arms, bushy eyebrows.
Everything a man would want. Bushy eyebrows, mustache, hair on their arms. Absolute cinema. Yeah. He's just describing the average caveman woman circa 6,000 years ago or whatever. Me and a female mate went and saw this in movies. Ah, okay.
You talk about the same girl, you say, what a nose. She had to lift it to eat.
Adam Sandler wakes up like the next morning and just kind of like is like, that's what I'll do. Like, I'm just gonna tell all those jokes I heard in my dreams. So Milton Berle kind of just like wrote all his jokes for that stand-up bit that he does after this for him. But I'd also like to point out that Adam Sandler is wearing a backwards hat, a flannel, and like a lot of rings. He's kind of dressed up like a super grungy alt boy. But this was in 1989, before like Nirvana, before the Seattle everything. It was before all that. So it kind of just like makes you wonder, did Adam Sandler invent grunge? So Adam Sandler goes back on stage. It's time for him to do his stand-up attempt, take 2. And he goes up on stage with Milton Berle's jokes. He succeeds. Everyone's actually having like a really, really good time. Everyone's like really enjoying his jokes and like laughing really hard. And they're actually kind of funny.
And then, plot twist, the other dude just turns up again. Plot twist.
Like, this is the point of the movie where the jokes are actually like pretty funny. There's some fourth wall breaking jokes that are kind of funny in the movie, but like this is where it's like, oh, like these are actually pretty good. But yet again, they were written by Milton Berle, so they're gonna be funny. And also in this stand-up routine, Adam Sandler does his like grandma voice, but it's like that Adam Sandler voice whenever you think of Adam Sandler, because he does it in everything. And then in the middle of his stand-up, the boat starts getting taken hostage by terrorists without a shirt and terrorists with a mustache. And they're coming from Miss Australia.
My grandma. I was talking to my grandmother the other day. What a lady. You love her. She's deaf in both ears, right? So we bought her 2 hearing aids. She keeps putting them both in the same ear. She's deaf over here. She's got like bat-like hearing over here. Did somebody say nursing home?
See? Here's the interesting part, right? Maybe it was like... I guess that was a smart pull, though, right? everything is unfunny, and after he receives all the jokes and all the tips, right, he's actually becoming funny. I guess like that's a smart pull. I guess. Adam Sandler invented absolutely nothing. He can't even can't make a character crazy.
And then for 8 whole entire minutes, there is a wacky chase scene where Miss Australia, his friend Bob, and Adam Sandler, Shecky, and Terrorist with no shirt, Terrorist with a mustache are all chasing each other around Scooby-Doo style around the ship. It goes
Oh god, that can't be good.
on for so long and it doesn't stop. It's such a long, drawn out scene. It's supposed to be funny, but it's just long. So the 30-minute long resolve of the movie is that the terrorist without a shirt and the terrorist with a mustache are both able to do stand-up comedy with Adam Sandler, and they both decide, wow, we can both do stand-up comedy. We're both hilarious. Like, we can really do this. And they just kind of forget about the general and just...
So you are telling me that they abandoned their mission to kill the lady to do stand-up comedy. Wow. What a plot twist.
Stay on the ship, I guess, and they're all friends at the end. And then Billy Zane shows up again, but with his, like, super hot mermaid daughter, who's, like, just like, here, Adam Sandler, here's a woman for you. And then they both stand at the end of the cruise ship, trying to awkwardly kiss for a very long time. And then Adam Sandler twerks, and the movie's over.
Well, he's got... Wait. Do I have to do stand-up comedy to get bitches? Hold up, wait a minute. I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea.
Over. If you guys watch this video, I really, really appreciate it. I know it's not great, it's not the most professional, but it is my first video, just how this was Adam Sandler's first movie. So no one's first anything is ever great. Now listen, this is not coming from a place of malice. I've been a fan of Adam Sandler since I can remember. I think I watched Big Daddy for the first time when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old and wanted to
I'm also Big Daddy. Anyways.
Watch it all the time. And now I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna review every single movie Adam Sandler has ever starred in or guest starred in. He's in a lot of them, so... And this is his first one. Go.
Okay, just to summarize. This movie had a budget of $200,000. Had a lot of bad jokes, got a little funny towards the end. Then we got Adam Sandler twerking, and that's about it. Wow, cool. And he's got bitches now. Isn't it great? This movie is free on YouTube to watch because no one gives a crap. Truly something that we just don't need. James Cameron's first movie was actually worse. Wow. Well, you can't have everything. You can't have everything at the start, right? Especially the lady. Especially the lady, and it's bomb. Yeah, no shit. First can be great, though. First can be great, but I feel like oftentimes first attempts at something are not that great. Anyways, interesting. Like, comment, and subscribe.